NRL Fanatics here, back today with a video. But before getting into it, please make sure you don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. It does not cost a thing, and this is to show your support for the channel. I do very appreciate it, so please make sure you are hitting that red subscribe button down below, and you're also liking the video and you're commenting your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. But let's get into it now. It's a massive round of NRL coming up. Round 25 tips. Let's get into it. It all starts on Thursday, the 2nd of September. It is the Canberra Raiders versus the Sydney Roosters at BB Print Stadium in Mackay. Huge game for both teams. The Sydney Roosters, they'll be looking to bounce back from their 54 points to 12 loss to arch rivals, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And the Canberra Raiders, they will be looking to build on their victory over the Warriors, 28 points to 16. And they really much need to win this game to make the finals after this round. So, look, I found this game very difficult to call. Now, the Roosters, obviously, they've got injuries and such all year. They've been able to tune up each week, put in that effort. But I think with the Canberra Raiders, they will be very desperate. They will be very desperate to win this one. And I'm going to tip the Canberra Raiders here. Look, it would not surprise me if the Roosters won, but I'm going to tip the Raiders, and I'm going to pick them by 8 points. Anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with Chance Nickel-Klokstad and Sebastian Kris, and also Jordan Rapana. And for the Roosters, I'm going to go with James Tedesco, Daniel Tupou, and Adam Kieran. The next game on Friday, the 3rd of September, it is the Cronulla Sharks versus the Melbourne Storm at Cbus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. Another massive game for both teams. For the Melbourne Storm, they're coming off that loss last week to the Parramatta Eels. A shock result that was. I did not expect Parramatta to do that. And also for the Cronulla Sharks, well, they're coming off a 24-16 win over the Broncos to keep themselves in that top 8 spot. Now, I'm going to tip the Melbourne Storm to bounce back here. They don't often lose back-to-back games. And also, despite the players they've got rested for this week's game, I think there's still a lot of motivation for the Storm after last week's result. And also with the minor premiership on the line here, I'm going to go with the Storm to win by 14 points. Anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Matt Moylan for the Sharks, Jesse Ramian, and Sione Katoa and William Kennedy. And for the Storm, I'm going to go with Justin Olam, Dean Eremaya, and George Jennings. Now, moving on to the second game on Friday night, and this is going to be another good game as well. It is the Parramatta Eels, who are currently in 4th spot, versus the Penrith Panthers, who are in 2nd spot on the ladder, and it's been played at Cbus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. Now, the Parramatta Eels, they're coming off a surprising win over the Melbourne Storm last week. A massive, massive effort from the Eels against the Storm. The Panthers, they're coming off a 36-18 win over the Bulldogs. Look, it was not the most impressive performance by the Penrith Panthers, but they still got the job done to keep themselves in the minor premiership race. And look, I'm going to tip the Panthers here to win. This is a huge game for the Parramatta Eels, because if the Parramatta Eels win this game, they will go into 4th spot on the ladder. They will remain in the 4. The Panthers, obviously, they still would need a miracle to win the minor premiership regardless of the Melbourne result anyway. So I'm going to tip the Panthers to win. I think it'll be close, and I'm going to go with them by 4 points. Anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Brian To'o, Stephen Crichton, and Matt Burton. Now, moving on to Saturday, the 4th of September, it sees the Brisbane Broncos versus the Newcastle Knights at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. Now, this game has no bearing on the ladder at all, no bearing on the finals position. Newcastle Knights have already cemented their spot inside that top 8 last week with a win over the Titans, 15 points to 14. So that cemented their spot. And the Brisbane Broncos, well, now they're just playing for pride to end the season off on a high note. So, you know what? I'm going to tip the Broncos here. I'm going to tip them to win. And the Knights, look, they've got nothing to play for. Let's be honest. The Knights have got nothing to play for. They've already cemented their final spot. But obviously, they'll probably still want to get a win anyway to get some momentum going into the finals. But the Broncos, I think they'll cause an upset here. I'm going to go with the Broncos to win by 10. And anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Tessie New, Corey Oates, Selwyn Cobbo, and Xavier Coates for anytime tries. The second game on Super Saturday sees the North Queensland Cowboys versus the Manly Sea Eagles at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. Cowboys finally breaking their 10-game losing streak, beating the Dragons 38 points to 26 last week. The Manly Sea Eagles, they remain in the hunt for the top 4 spot, beating the Bulldogs. And you know what? Unfortunately, as much as I would love to see the Cowboys get up, but for Manly fans, they know that this is an important game. There's more riding on the line for the Manly Sea Eagles, more for the Cowboys, and they need to win this one. And I'm going to go with the Manly Sea Eagles to win by 30 plus, so they can push themselves back inside that top 4 spot with a 30 plus point victory over the Cowboys for me. So anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Tommy Trbojevic, Ruben Garrick, Martin Tapau, and Dylan Walker. Moving on to the third and final game on Super Saturday, and this sees the South Sydney Rabbitohs versus the St George Illawarra Dragons at Sunshine Coast Stadium. This game for me is going to be really much a dull affair. Look, I know South Sydney Rabbitohs will be without a lot of players, but the Dragons have been very, very disappointing this season. Now, I think this game will be a little bit closer, actually. I think this game will be a little bit closer, but you know what? The Rabbitohs, they're coming off a win over arch rivals, the Sydney Roosters. The Dragons are coming off a loss to the Cowboys. You know what? I think I'm going to back an upset here. I'm going to back an upset. And I'm going to go with the Dragons to win here by 4 points. I just look at the outs for the Rabbitohs, and I just see the Dragons picking up a result here. And the Dragons have got nothing to lose, you know. They want to finish the season off on a high. So I'm going to go with the Dragons to win by 4 points. Now, anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Jack Bird, Gerard Beale, and Tyrone Sloan. And now for Sunday, the 5th of September. Now, this is the second game on Sunday. Now, for the Warriors-Titans game, I will be doing a separate preview with Titans fan Jimmy Miller on the channel. So tune in for that one. That'll be up on the channel tomorrow. So, West Tigers versus Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. This is at Moreton Daily Stadium in Redcliffe. Pretty crap game to end the round, to be honest. I mean, very boring, to be honest. No offense to both teams, but really, this is a nothing game in terms of, the season. I mean, look, the West Tigers, they come off a loss to the Panthers, 30 points to 16. Now, they did put on a very brave showing against the Panthers. They had a lot of players out. The Bulldogs now, they're coming off a brave effort against the Manly Sea Eagles. But I'm going to go with the West Tigers to win here. No question about it. They will win by 20 plus points. Anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with Stefano Utakamanu, Ken Mamalu, and Luke Brooks. So, yeah, to go through my tips again. And my tips are the Raiders to win by 8 points. The Storm to win by 14. The Panthers to win by 4. The Broncos by 10 over the Newcastle Knights. The Manly Sea Eagles by 30 plus over the North Queensland Cowboys. The Dragons to win by 4 over the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And the West Tigers to win by 20 over the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. So that wraps up my NRL tips for round 25. Let me know your tips and opinions in the comment section below. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video as well, and I'll see you all in the next one.